And welcome to another video. So today we are going to talk again about the Emacs text editor. So you might be wondering, why does this guy keep talking about the Emacs text editor? Well, the reason is that it's a pretty incredible piece of software. And it's a pretty incredible piece of software that today I am selling for only $230. So $230 gets you the Emacs software installed on your computer system. I do the installation. It doesn't matter if you're using Linux, if you're using Mac, if you're using Windows. I'm going to walk you through the installation of Emacs onto your computer system, and we're going to get you going with Emacs. We're going to teach you how to use Emacs. We're going to teach you the ins and outs of this incredible piece of software. So who wants to use Emacs, and why would you pay me to use Emacs? So the reason that you would pay to use Emacs rather than using one of the free versions that you can find online, rather than installing it yourself and learning how to use it yourself, is that every installation of Emacs, every configuration of Emacs is unique. That means that my Emacs configuration, my Emacs software is different from other Emacs configurations. So we're talking about a piece of software here that is Word on steroids. It is really an incredible piece of software. You can do everything with Emacs, and we are going to talk in this series about some of the things that you can do with Emacs, some of the reasons why you might want to use Emacs. The first reason, of course, that you might want to use Emacs is because you're not using the mouse. Once you start using Emacs, you're just using the keyboard. You've got your control key, you've got these keys that you're going to use to move around. Other reasons that you might want to use Emacs is that you have things like scheduling. You can set up your schedule and you can have it remind you on your phone. You can get shopping lists on your phone updated. You can get your phone telling you when you've got bills to pay. You can get your phone telling you when you have appointments, and you can get your phone telling you where those appointments are. You can use Emacs to create documents. You can create Word documents, ODF documents, Google documents, PDF documents. You can use Emacs to create invoices. You can write reports. You can write letters. You can write letters in HTML and CSS if you want to. You can use Emacs to study note cards. So you just write up your notes, and then you have your note cards. You just push your note cards to the cloud, and you can quiz yourself on your phone with these note cards. You can use the system to remember recipes, to remember scripts, to learn things if you are an actor. You can use Emacs to write books. You can use, there's so many things that you can do with Emacs. It's just incredible. And a lot of different kind of people use it. There's a lot of reasons why you might want to use it. If you are a knowledge worker, a professional, then it's pretty obvious that you might want to use Emacs. For example, if you're a computer programmer, that's a pretty obvious reason to use Emacs. If you're a data scientist, that's a pretty obvious reason to use Emacs. Anytime that you're working with knowledge work. But the thing is, a lot of people use Emacs that are not working in specifically, knowledge work. For example, actors use Emacs. People that travel the world performing live classical music use Emacs. They want to write down notes. They want to express themselves on text. So there's a lot of reasons why you could use Emacs. And the reason why you would want to buy Emacs from me is because Emacs is very complex. It takes a lot of time to learn how to use it. It could take you 10 years. I've been using Emacs for 10 years. But if you purchase Emacs from me for $230, you get more than 20,000 lines of Emacs code configured and installed on your computer, and it syncs up with all of your programs. We're really going to teach you how to use Emacs. We're going to teach you how to use Emacs quickly. We want to take that learning curve and we're going to flatten it out, or increase the steepness of the learning curve. If you're thinking about how much you're going to learn, you're going to learn a lot more in a lot less time with this system. So this is a really good system for you to buy. And in this tutorial series where really I'm going to show you the benefits of my Emacs installation. So when you're watching this, think about owning Emacs. Think about doing the things that you see me doing on the screen. Follow those things and then contact me. All you have to do is give me $230. I'm going to give you this software and I'm going to install this software with you on your computer. There's a couple of caveats. If your computer is not working, it's a mess, then we're not going to go ahead with the installation. But if you have a pretty reasonable setup, your computer is running properly, there shouldn't be you don't have any big problems with your computer, then we will just go ahead and we will get this set up on your computer and everything's going to be working well. No reason why we can't get Emacs set up on your computer and working really well, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and we are going to start the Emacs installation up. I'm looking at a little bit of a lag in the video at this moment, wondering where that's going to come at. So where that's coming from, I'm just going to go ahead and pause this video, and then we'll pick it up again in a second. Okay, so we're ready to go here. We are going to pick up where we left off. We're going to start up the Emacs software. I'm just going to, make this a little bit smaller, make myself in the video just a little bit smaller. I'm not using the shortcuts for this because when I expand zoom, it changes the resolution. So if I use the shortcut with OBS, then, it still thinks zoom is small. So you get it full screen, but it's got terrible resolution. So let's go ahead and we'll start this up. You can see I'm clicking on Emacs now.